Yo, in this video, we'll be looking at strange and creepy TikToks that will make you question everything.
What, do you really think Flat Earth was any different than all the other truths they put in the movies, TV shows, and commercials? Well, I got something to show you.
Yo, Hunger Games woke my eyes up to a lot. Not gonna lie.
Or what about the Simpsons clip? Or what about the reference to the firmament in King Kong? Guys, it's been there all along, right in your face, in the movies, TV shows, and commercials. Or remember this scene in The Men in Black?
1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet.
Our ancestors depicted it for us. They told us the truth. And then NASA came along, told us we live on a spinning space ball with curved water. But come on, guys. You're gonna have to try a little harder. You left the hand tool. But what do y'all think about this? Y'all let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, follow me, and share this. Let's get this out to the people. And like always, God bless.
Yo, like what if, right? Shout out to my flat earthers too, by the way. What if that's really what it was like, right? And there's this computer room and everyone's back there and they're controlling everything that goes on in the world, right? Like you got these people, y'all control the Eastern Hemisphere, y'all control the Western, Northern, Southern, y'all control this part over here and that part over there, you know? And they're all on the same page, you know, make sure the weather's this way, make sure things are this way, make sure this person's that way. You know, I don't want them to see the sun today. Just imagine though, like that's what the firmament really is. And there was some guys out there, like, just imagine the day, right? The firmament breaks or something like that. And you look up and there's some big people looking down on y'all like, y'all wasn't supposed to do that. And pick you up or something like that. Yo, my mind be going crazy.
We are on the land of the milk and honey and do not need to be led to it because it's all around us. The problem is the land has been infiltrated and the milk and honey has parasites in it. The beings that came here have poisoned everything natural to us, stripping Mother Nature of her natural juices. This is why Mother Nature is reacting the way that she is. Imagine having a parasite in your stomach and trying to shit it out or throw it up to get it out. She's purging. And so are her children. They made it so that you think your birthright is coming from one place and one place only, when your birthright is all around you, all within you, everywhere you step, everywhere you go, in every city, in every state, in every country. Your birthright is this entire realm. You are your birthright. You are the land. You are the milk and honey. That is why they are so afraid of this solar eclipse. Because in this moment, you will have no choice but to embrace your inner darkness. We've been embracing the light. Oh, love and light, love and light. But baby, your ultimate power is in the dark. What do you think is happening to you? What do you think that's going to mean to you as a sun child when the sun turns black? Of course the opposing forces are panicking. And they want you to panic with them. They want you to hide from your power. Oh, go stock up. Oh, you better stay inside. Don't this sound like what they did in 2020 when coronavirus hit? And the crown of the sun heated up? Baby, I was outside. That is when I noticed the most started to activate within me.
She ain't lying there. She is not lying. Same here. I used to go outside all the time, soak in the sun. And mentally, I was in a whole different space, right? Like, knowledge was just abundant, you know? My mind switched up and you know, I just started to question a lot, and it wasn't nothing to do with TikTok or anything like that. This was just within my own self. You know, I used to read books and stuff here and there. You know, I listened to Dr. Ben's lectures a lot. I don't know if you guys know who Dr. Ben is. Dr. Ben Yosef Yakinen. I think I spelled that or said that right. And then, you know, I used to listen to John Henrik Clark, Bobby Hemmett. Those people, Dr. Delbert Blair, those people, those were the ones who kind of, you know, awakened me. And then going out to the sun and getting those downloads, it was like, I didn't listen to these people and just brush it off like I might have in the past. It's like, no, this is really resonating with me. So, yeah. How many other people feel like that during 2020?
So I'm not going to say be inside or outside. Whatever you resonate with, you can't hide from the power of it anyway. Because you a sun baby. Hoo-wee! I know they is crawling, wheezing down there underground trying to figure out what the fuck they gonna do. Because the times is here. The plates are shifted. And it's not just about this solar eclipse. It's about these times in general. Watch it unpack and unfold.
Yo, I just got 2 questions for her. What toothpaste she uses because her teeth were extremely white. And does she actually golf over everything?
All right, popcorn's ready.
Hey, that's the fire alarm.
We gotta get out of here.
Wait for me. Come on, come on, come on.
Get out of my way.
Dang.
Fire. Is it supposed to take this long? What's a good time for a mass evacuation of the entire plant?
45 seconds.
And what's our time so far?
I don't know, sir. This stopwatch only goes up to 15 minutes.
Damnation! What kind of slow coaches do I have working for me? Hi! Here comes one of our fellows now.
I think I won, Mr. Burns.
Yes, you won, all right. You won more than you bargained for. Woohoo! What a disgraceful display! I've seen more orderly behavior in a Ritz Brothers film. You all need a serious lesson in teamwork.
Maybe he does, but I don't.
Hey, you take that back.
No, you take that back.
Literally. I could see this happening too. That looked like America right there. That whole building is America. Something about to happen, y'all. I just feel it. I got this light, airy music. Yo.
Oh my God.
Yo, fam, did you guys see that? That is the definition of abrupt chaos, like literally out of nowhere. That was in China a few days ago, well, a couple days ago, literally. And that's a tornado, as you can see, family, ripping through that building like a neutron. Unbelievable force. And as we move along in this new shift, as we ride this wave, fam, you're going to see more and more occurrences like this, because this has to do with the spin. These are the atoms heating up and getting active. And the more active the atoms get, family, the more they spin. And because the realm is out of balance due to them messing with all these heart machines, doing all these experiments and weather modification and all this, family, it's like a domino effect. Plus, with the kundalini of the earth rising, that's the heat rising. And remember what the coefficient of friction is: heat. When that heat starts to rise, it wakes the atoms up. Remember, the atoms have been frozen, locked in place in a negative spin, a negative pattern. The atoms have been quantum locked this whole time. And now that they are free, you're going to witness some real chaotic events, family, because it's like they're just busting loose as free radicals. But there's still a pattern to everything that they're following. It's just gone to the extreme because the energy has been held back so long. It's like when you build a dam and you block the water and it keeps raining and raining and the water keeps building up. Eventually that dam's gonna break, that water's gonna come through, and when it comes through, it's gonna be like a tsunami. Well, you're witnessing a tsunami of energy, family. This is an energy tsunami. So you're gonna see big waves, big winds, big heat, big earthquakes, all that. And don't think for a second it's coming from their machinery. Their machinery, they're using it right now to try to stop this from happening, try to calm it down. But it's too late because, like I said, it's a domino effect. All these years of weather modification and playing with Mother Nature, well, this is your reaction. It's the law of thermodynamics. For every action, there's a greater or equal reaction. We've been playing with nature, polluting the sky, killing the children, polluting the water, killing the motherfucking land itself. And now here is your natural reaction. Brace yourself, you goofy Roman punk. Anyway, my niggas, y'all stay up, stay blissed. We 144 and we part of this change, so we don't fear it. Let's ride the wave, Silver Surfers. Bang, bang. Yo, Conso, Rastaman, I tell them a long time, you cannot go to war with the Most High. Your arms are too short to box with God. You Cabbage Patch Kids, brace yourself. The powers that used to be ain't running nothing. It's the powers of the Most High now. Let's go.
Oh no. Transformers? Gundam Wing? Avatar?
I use this for all sorts of things. Rock on. It's a $10,000 exoskeleton.
Watch all that because that's copyrighted material. But yeah, man, imagine, okay, we have a $10,000 exoskeleton, right? That's available for us to purchase on the free market. Imagine what's not on the market for us to purchase. What kind of exoskeletons they got? They probably got some really advanced stuff, you know, some Dr. Ock type stuff, you know what I'm saying, from Spider-Man or something like that. Ain't no telling, you know what I'm saying? Hidden sun worship and logos. Oh snap, hold on. Capri was known as a scarab face. The TikTok thing was in front of me. I'm like, what? Scarab-faced god in ancient Egyptian religion. He represented the rising and moving of the morning sun and is therefore known as the sun god. So that's how we get Capri Sun. That's crazy.
NASA has unveiled plans to launch 3 scientifically oriented rockets into the moon's shadow on Monday, April the 8th, coinciding with a partial solar eclipse spanning North America. During this celestial event, which will feature a total solar eclipse along a 115-mile wide path across parts of Mexico, 15 U.S. states and Canada, and a partial eclipse throughout the Americas, there will be a noticeable decrease in sunlight. NASA's initiative, dubbed Atmospheric Perturbations Around the Eclipse's Path, also known as APEP, aims to explore the effects of this decrease in sunlight and temperature on the Earth's upper atmosphere. Apep draws its name from the ancient Egyptian mythological serpent deity, a nemesis of the sun god Ra, as per NASA, Forbes has reported. Apep,
so this is
the
Nemesis.
ancient Egyptian deity, symbolized darkness and chaos, serving as the adversary of light, and Ma'at, which represents order and truth. Ra, on the other hand, represented illumination, making him the primary antagonist of Apep. The suborbital rockets will not ascend into totality, but will instead launch from Wallops Flight Facility on Wallops Island, Virginia, where 81% of the sun will be obscured by the moon. This event is slated to occur at 3:33 p.m. Eastern Standard.
3:33 p.m. Come on, man. The signs are there. What's going on? There's something strange going on Monday. I'm going to be outside to catch it. I got to be. You know, I'm about to have my telescope out there. I'm about to get my solar lens on the telescope. I'm going to get the camera set up, you know, and I'll mess around and go live so everybody can see it and see what goes on. Hopefully I don't go blind or something like that, though.
Except, I ain't gonna lie, this was kind of spooky. This man reflection looked back at him like he...
Did y'all see that? Hold on. I got to rewind this. Yo, that's creepy. I think about stuff like this all the time, but I'd never be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm recording myself. It's a reflection over here, I think, on my computer. So, yeah, I'm going to be watching because it's some strange stuff going on. Let me rewind this real quick. Look at it.
Kind of spooky. This man
That's
reflection
crazy.
looked back at him like he had a trunk full of junk or something, bro. Look at this. Like he was looking at that ad. That was crazy.
Yo, that's strange. I've seen that before, too.
Let's paint.
Painting the walls to get through tough times. When shuttles blow up, it's not always an accident.
What do you mean, not an accident? Who is this guy singing?
And who am I, a conspiracy fly? Did you know NASA means deceive in Hebrew?
I did not.
The Denver airport was built by the Illuminati.
Peter, shoo that fly out of here.
I will as soon as I find out if he has a band from the Apple Store podcast I can listen to.
This, like what she just said, that holds true for the majority of people listening to what we conspiracy theorists have to say. Shush that fly out of here. I'm not trying to hear that. You're messing up my normal, everyday loop. I'm stuck in this loop, and I do not want to get out of it because you're going to make me think too much.
I do. It's fly on the wall. .buzz/truth. First, reconfigure your DNS server, then download a VPN and get the Tor browser.
Yo, that fly just put y'all on game for real.
This is the part that you're going back into. And I was trying to explain to the brother, when we talk about the chaos field, we're not talking about anarchy as far as literal chaos that way. Hell, that's what you're in now. We're talking about the cosmic ethers of spirit, where this particular physical realm, the hologram disappears. And that comes to the word pan-demon. Pan-demon. People say, well, why are you getting all crazy now? Because I got to a certain level and you learn a certain knowledge and you can't go back to the stuff. You got to tell the people what the deal is. You got to get off of spookism. Now, what is the pan-demon? The pan-demon. The pan-demon. You thinking it's some messed up stuff. The pan-demon is the Sabbatic goat, the Sabbath. The god Pan comes from the original god of Africa, Sut, or Sut-Nessi, which means the black one. This is the key. Now, let's explain this stuff to get you off the spook. Now, I'm going to say this over again, because when I went to New York, we're in New York City, and you got to come with new stuff, because we are the Afrocentric New York City and the Afrocentric paradigm. So I come and put the real deal shit on, and the niggas got scared as hell. Got scared. Scared, oh, they got scared as I said, see, y'all still into that spookism. I said, I'm going to put the real deal on you. Look, understand this. In the ancient world, physics, geometry, astronomy, energy, heat, light, air, water, all your chemistry that comes from the word alchemy was encoded into mythology. Now this is the key to get you off the spook. When you see stuff that look like this that you are scared of, I'm going to tell you there's only energy. And you are energy. Just like the cosmos is energy. This is the key. White man learned this a long time ago, and he been ruling the world and all, and got y'all messed up. Y'all pray every day in a damn church and all, and you the worst people on earth as far as your conditions. Can't get out of nothing. Don't see, the problem is you've been taking these Sunday school stories that you never graduated out of Sunday school literally. You understand? Anytime you see hieroglyphic icons and symbols in the ancient world, it's explaining energy. When you see energy like this that looks the most hideous, it's explaining the most powerful energy. You understand? You see how you get some more powerful energy? They put a damn skull and crossbones on the bottle. You understand that? You see? It didn't mean that the skull and the crossbones was in the bottle. It was explaining the degree of energy. You understand this? You got to get this, because see, everybody's spooked out about some damn devil that don't exist. When you see this robotic goat, this is energy. They took a hieroglyph or an icon to explain the most powerful energy on the planet. You understand? You see the third eye. That's the third eye in you. See what I'm saying? That's called the third eye of Lucifer, which means light bringer. It's a story that's going on in a school of the souls, and ain't got nothing to do with no damn devil up under no ground and you going to hell. You understand what I'm saying? You are mixing in religious fundamentalism into esoteric teachings. You are the people that's going to be gods. You are the ones that's here. So when the ships come and when the shit come down, you're going to be the ones, because you are, those people are. Every ignorant person you see out there, every Uncle Tom you see out, every person you see out, they got first dibs into the hereafter, not you. You the helpers. If you go before them, they are lost. So don't be saying, see, that's the thing about the ego. Soon as we gain some knowledge, the first thing we want to do is start beating down some niggas. We all 2 days in the knowledge now. See what I'm saying? We all 2 days in the knowledge. We either got a Budweiser in our hand, and if you wasn't that, you was the one at other extreme. If you wasn't doing the Budweiser kick, you were jumping up and down jumping up and down on top of your head in some damn holy sanctified church. One and the other, they're the same damn dichotomy. Same thing.
I heard it.
Same thing, no difference. So now, first time we get a little bit of knowledge, the first thing we're going to go beat some niggas over the head. I went to Hampton. All the little brothers, you know, they like juniors, seniors, and freshmen. They're going to grow the dreads, you know, and all the stuff. And literally, they're thinking literal. Brother, why you cut your hair for? I said, brother, see, I understand the concept of what you're saying, brother, that you want to identify with an African paradigm other than a European paradigm. I say, but brother, that should be the first stage. But if you get stuck there, all of a sudden you become just as same as bad as the person you came from. You're getting stuck into the physical. I say ultimately, brother, it's a bigger picture. And if you get stuck into the smaller picture, you'll get stuck. So you go to the opposite of what you want to get away from. But if you stay there, you become just as bad as what you left. You see what I'm saying? Brother, I try to be righteous and all this kind of thing. I say, brother, first of all, that damn dog out there, that cat, that rat, and none of them don't need no book on how to be righteous. Soon as you put a label on it, it automatically becomes evil. That's why the church, if you see most of them, you can't stand most of them because they come up and waving the Bible in your face. On some doggone scriptures, which is the first leg of trying to get back to something that is divine. But they got stuck there. So therefore, they just quote the doggone scriptures and all that kind of thing, but their spirit don't never get, their spirit never leaves from the same level. They just go right in with the physical. They just support the doggone physical. Now, going back to this, whenever you see this icon, it's talking about power. This is a symbol of the most ancient God. Let's read this. Now, and I say this because see, all you got to do with all the doggone, let me get this right. All you got to do with all the so-called people is take their ass back far enough. And you best believe most of them niggas will go back to the beginning of Hebrewism and they'll stop. Take them on back into Kemet and then take them on back. And sooner or later the mugs going to have to bear witness. Let's see about this thing here. The Draconian cult, which is the most ancient cult, the cult of the dragon of the deep ones of space that brought to earth the Ophidian cult worshipped by the ancient Typhonians. The god is called Soot. Soot or Soot-Nessi derives from an incalculably ancient name. Soot was the primordial god of the Egyptians. No earlier god in recorded history exists. It's either Soot, Al-Sut, or Sutek. Sutek later on becomes Melchizedek. Jesus is what? I'm in the priest king of the order of Melchizedek. Sut later on is in doggone Samaria, is called Sut-On. There was a group of people called the Yazidi tribe, and the Yazidi tribe worshiped Shaitan.
Oh, I see where he's going with this.
In another part, he's Baal. Another part, he's Soot. He's all of these particular ancient names. By the time they start fighting, one start calling the other god evil. It's a political breakdown. But the original god is called Soot. Soot-On. Soot, which means the black one. Anubis means the dog, which is messenger. Anubis. Soot-On, which means the opener. Which means the opener. He goes to Greece and is known as Pan. And this is the doggone symbol of Pan in Greece, which the ancient black Greeks put in before the white man came in. In the mid-century, in medieval England, and also early parts of the Hebrew religion, all they did was got together and they made a doggone icon of the devil. The devil of Soot-On only means the Nubian. It means the black man. By the time the white man starts filtering into religion, by the time the Torah starts being translated and all this, they take the ancient black man, which they meant this. It's political then. They took the symbol of Pan from Greece, because that was later on the time they got it. This is the original symbol, is Pan-Heru, Pan-Heru, which is also Suthar in Egypt. Let me show you another picture. Y'all all right? Y'all getting this? Y'all got to get this because you got to get spooked out.
Yo, Bobby Hemmett got that knowledge, man. I swear. And it's crazy. When you look at that image now, everyone does say that, oh, that's evil. That's devil worship, da-da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, it's just one God. Man, make sure y'all go over to Serious Times Media, man, and check out some Bobby Hemmett videos, man. And come back to my channel and let me know what y'all think about Bobby Hemmett. Yo, that does kind of look like a portal. Not gonna lie. Yo. What is that? Yo, is this real? This gotta be real. Cause like, it looked like something's blasting the moon. If I'm seeing this right, you got the sunset and the moon right there, right behind it. And you got something shooting something at the moon, apparently, if this is real. That's wild. Lightning strikes the torch. April 3rd. Dang, did anybody catch that?
NASA clearly said there were going to be an ellipse during the eclipse. Do you know what an ellipse is? If you don't, listen. This should be the most shared video I ever put out. I am going to show you why you do not want to be in the path of totality during this eclipse. And it is because of an ellipse. I can't believe they're getting ready to do this to us. If you ever had a kidney stone too large to be passed, they use a lithotripter, which is focused energy of an ellipse. Same concept. And this breaks down stones. So what do you think is going to happen when they fire up something as powerful as CERN from one side of the world to the other, focusing on the path of totality? This next video should give you a clue of what's going on.
Isn't this shape interesting? Each of these two special points of the ellipse is referred to as focus. And together, they're called the foci of the ellipse. Wait, there's more. Elliptical shapes even play a role in a medical device called the lithotripter.
Pay attention to the lithotripter.
Due to its reflective property, it's used to break the kidney stones. High-frequency shock waves are generated at one focus of the elliptical-shaped reflector, which gets concentrated at another focus point where the kidney stones are positioned. And this helps in breaking the kidney stones.
Yo, is it kind of making sense? So they're going to fire up CERN, basically, and it's going to shoot signals off of the eclipse, which is going to break down the stone here in the Americas and carve or activate the New Madrid fault line. Yo, that would be, man, all the people that are traveling to come see this eclipse, imagine something happening like that.
Come back and please check this video out. I just shortened it for sakes of my video. NASA did a press conference. There will be an ellipse with the eclipse, and they are firing up CERN. And we also know that this goes hand in hand with HAARP. So you have a focal point here, a focal point there, and this only works if there is a domed roof. Let that sink in, people. Now, back to business. Now, I've had kidney stones, and I've also had one of my kidney stones broken down with lithotripsy, which means that they can focus frequency to a specific spot to break things up. I showed you all the path of totality, and I showed you that there would be a new river carved from Louisiana all the way up through New York along the path of totality. And they are going to use an ellipse to accomplish this. Please do not, I repeat, do not be in the total path of totality. Do not. I don't care. Call it fear-mongering. Get the fuck away. You are about to die.
Yo, he was as blunt as could be at the end of that, yo. I really hope what he's saying does not come true, because and I got family members on that total path of totality, you know? And if that's the case, I need to call them and tell them to get up out of there on some 2012 stuff, man. Y'all got to get up out of there.
Why is the Army deployed for the solar eclipse?
This is getting wild. The National Guard is going to be here now for the solar eclipse. This article today was released in an Oklahoma newspaper saying that they will have guardsmen present in McCurtain County for the solar eclipse. But things get much weirder. The 22 members of an elite chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear unit will be housed in Broken Bow, in addition to 110 to 150 Oklahoma Highway Patrol troopers. They're also urging residents to stock up with 1 to 2 weeks of food in advance of the event and to have full fuel tanks. They're also saying that it's likely that communication facilities could be overloaded possibly making it difficult to make cell phone calls.
All of this because of an eclipse that's supposed to be natural. You know what I'm saying? Yo, something's fishy about this. Something's up with this.
Similar warnings are going out in different states, including Noblesville Fire Department in Texas. And apparently schools are canceled this day, and people are going on Twitter writing statements like this. Something strange is definitely happening. My kids in 3 different schools all got notices that school will be closed that day. What do you know about this solar eclipse? As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
Like, I feel like they already know something's about to happen, some chaotic stuff, and they're trying to prevent as much chaos as possible. You know, just don't even send the kids to school. We don't even want to have to deal with evacuations and sending them home and calling the parents and everybody freaking them out. Just let them already be at home when this stuff happens, and they can figure it out on themselves.
We are trying to wake you up. Thanks to fact checkers on USA Today, we have completely debunked the misinformation sparked by the conspiracies of this solar eclipse. Watch this video till the end, perform your duty as a human being, and share this video and watch it till the end before you denounce anything.
Welcome to a day.
Hey, so first I want to ask you guys this. What y'all thoughts on fact checkers? They got fact checkers on all the social media platforms except TikTok. I don't think TikTok has fact checker. I can't even say the word fact checkers on TikTok. I'm not sure. But yeah, let me know your comments down below. Do you guys agree with fact checkers? Do you think they're right? Or do you think they're just there to cover up the truth, you know, and try to put some little cover story
in the
over
life
things?
on Earth in 2024. So early next week, the sun, which is 400 times larger than the moon, and coincidentally exactly 400 times farther away than the moon, will be 100% perfectly covered up by the moon during a total solar eclipse, because they appear exactly the same size in the sky, which is quite the coincidence, considering we are moving around the sun at 66,672 miles an hour, while the sun is hurling through a forever exponentially expanding space at 448,000 miles an hour, and the moon is just able to cover up the sun 100% perfectly, no more, no less. That is a bit of a coincidence, if you ask me. Meanwhile, NASA will be firing 3 rockets into the total solar eclipse to study the air. And those rockets are named Apep, after the Egyptian serpent demon god of destruction and chaos. Don't believe me? Ask NASA for yourself. The mission is called Apep. The acronym was chosen because Apep is also the name of the serpent god from ancient Egyptian cosmology, who pursued the sun god Ra and every so often nearly consumed him, resulting in an eclipse. So they gave a very innocent and understandable reasoning for naming it Apep, but they forgot to mention that Apep represents the forces of chaos, death, and disorder. It's literally the opposite of light and good. It's pure evil. The serpent demon god of destruction is what they're naming the rockets that they're shooting into the sun after. But that's not all. Meanwhile, all of this is going on while NASA is shooting rockets into the total solar eclipse, and while the moon is perfectly covering the sun, CERN, who has a statue of the Hindu god of destruction right outside their door, will be firing up the largest machine in the entire world, the Large Hadron Collider. That's right. They are going to be firing billions of protons at each other at the speed of light in a 17-mile-long tunnel, trying to recreate the conditions 1 second after the Big Bang. And they are firing it up during the total solar eclipse. Besides the fact that they have the statue of the Hindu god of destruction right outside their door, I guess it's also just a coincidence that their logo is literally 3 6s. And I guess it's also a coincidence that CERN is located in Geneva, Switzerland. And the Bible says that Satan lives where Antipas was put to death. And Antipas was put to death at the Apollyon Temple in Geneva, Switzerland. But it goes even deeper than that. CERN and the Large Hadron Collider are specifically located in a city called St. Genus Poli. I know I'm probably butchering that. But that city translates to Apolliacum, which was a village temple dedicated to Apollo. And Apollo is very closely compared and related to Shiva, which is the statue that they have right outside. And Apollo is very closely associated with destruction, means to destroy. And they have a statue of the god of destruction right outside. While NASA is shooting 3 rockets into the solar eclipse named after the serpent demon god of destruction. So CERN, whose logo is 666, who has a statue of the Hindu god of destruction right outside, is located at an ancient temple of Apollo. And the ancient temple of Apollo was believed to have a portal to the underworld right underneath it. And the Large Hadron Collider is located right on top of it, where they're trying to smash particles together to create what created the universe. The Bible says they had as king over them the angel of the abyss, whose name in Hebrew is Abaddon and in Greek is Apollyon, that is destroyer. I guess it's also a coincidence that the World Wide Web was created at CERN, and www translates into Hebrew as 666. So, not only will NASA, whose name means to deceive in Hebrew, be shooting 3 rockets into the total solar eclipse named after the serpent demon god of destruction, but at the same exact time, CERN, whose logo is 666, who created the World Wide Web that translates into 666, who has a statue of the Hindu god of destruction right outside their door that is built on top of a temple dedicated to Apollo, the god of chaos and destruction and the ruler of the underworld, they will be firing up the Large Hadron Collider and shooting particles at each other at the speed of light to create dark matter during the total solar eclipse. Does this not sound like they're trying to open a portal or send us into the upside down or something? Because honestly, the Large Hadron Collider looks a lot like that portal opener that they had in Stranger Things. And even one of the top scientists working on the Large Hadron Collider said, out of this door might come something, or we might send something to it. Does that not sound like a portal is opening up? Sergio Bertolucci said that. He is an Italian particle physicist and the former director of research and scientific computing at CERN. So I think he knows what he's talking about. So considering all of the satanic references associated with CERN that I just mentioned, including the human sacrifice ritual that happened right outside of CERN, right in front of the Hindu statue of destruction, I don't think that they're opening this portal for anything good. I'm gonna be honest. If you don't remember that CERN ritual happening, here's a video of it. I'm about to play it.
They try to label it as fake, too. Fact checkers.
And then the fact checkers came out and said that it was just a bunch of scientists playing a prank on us and performing a fake human sacrifice ritual in front of the god of destruction, because scientists are just known for their pranks and human sacrifice is so funny. And on another note, the moon is also turning red. It's rusting because hematite is being found on it. And hematite is derived from the Greek word for blood. And I guess it's just a coincidence that the Bible says the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And that's exactly what's happening. I'm not going to say it's the end of the world, but I'm not going to say it's not.
Yo.
What's up, T-Top? As you can see, my video about the solar eclipse was deleted. I wonder why. Now, if you didn't see my video, a total solar eclipse is basically when the moon completely covers up the sun. The last total eclipse was in 2017, and the next one won't be until 2045. Mind you, I say a total solar eclipse, not just a regular solar eclipse. Now, like I stated in my last video, why are flights starting at $49 on the day of the eclipse? Why are schools shutting down? Why did the news give us tips which read, schedule errands and appointments early, have a communication plan with family and friends, have cash on hand in case of limited internet access, buy necessary groceries and gas ahead of time, and expect heavy traffic and long lines at local services. These solar eclipses have been happening since the Roman Empire days. Now, I'm not saying that this has anything to do with the Bohemian Grove. I'm not saying that a certain group of people worship this owl god called Moloch, and I'm not saying that they believe they have to sacrifice the most purest, innocent human beings to this god to repay their karma. I'm not saying that a bunch of kids went missing in Hawaii on this island called Maui, the same island that just burnt down. I'm not saying everything was burnt down except these particular group of people, lands, and properties. I'm not saying that Oprah, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and other celebrities all own land on this particular island. I'm also not saying that residents of Hawaii seen a laser in the sky right before the fire started. And I'm not saying that Drake's OVO symbol resembles the owl statue of the Moloch. Now, if you do your own research, every time a full solar eclipse has happened, a war was going on, except in 2017. And like I stated in my last video, there has been a measles outbreak in Chicago, and it's an airborne disease, and it's highly contagious. Now, I'm not saying that 98 people are already in quarantine due to this disease already. I'm not saying that something big is going down before this year's election. And I'm definitely not saying that the news stated that we could be headed towards another shutdown. Also, my donations are up to $2,000, and I appreciate all of you. And remember that anything helps, whether it's just a share or a dollar. I'm currently trying to find an out-of-town lawyer because clearly these people are working together. The Cash App is still in my bio, as well as the link to my website and brand, Conspiracy Minds. I love y'all, and I appreciate every share, every prayer, and every dollar.
Yo, first off, free Colin Bellamy. But yo, there's a measles outbreak in Chicago. Yo, that's too close to home. I didn't even know about that. Bro locked down. He still got valid research, man. Y'all ain't got no excuses, man. We got to get out here and do better.
So I was doing more research on the solar eclipse, and the difference between the ones we see on the regular and this one is the ones we see on the regular you can't see all over the United States. You only see it in certain areas. Now, what makes these total solar eclipses so rare is you can see these in Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. The moon will completely cover the sun, supposedly for 4 minutes. Another difference is they don't bring out the National Guard and military for regular eclipse. So that's how you know this is different. Now, I'm not saying they brought the military and National Guard in Oklahoma and Texas for this year's eclipse. This eclipse will be seen in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Kentucky, Michigan, and Tennessee. It's supposed to go dark for 4 minutes. Now, the last eclipse like this one was in 2017, the year Trump was elected. Sound a little crazy, huh? 2017 don't even feel like it's been that long, right? Now, I'm not saying time was sped up, but the mass shooting in Vegas that left 58 dead and nearly 500 wounded, that was also in 2017. But this is what got me. The police captain that was in charge of handling the Vegas Strip during the shooting, whose name is John Pelletier, was also the police chief of Maui in Hawaii when the fire started and killed all those people. Coincidence? I don't know. Now, back to the eclipse. I'm not saying I remember the U.S. basically talking about trying to cover up the sun, and I'm not saying they have this project called Solar Geoengineering where they're spraying aerosol into the stratosphere to create a global cooling effect on the sun to prevent global warming, basically damming the sun to cool the planet. I'm not saying that I remember China saying they were building their own sun. So are these eclipses natural, or is it something else going on? I'm definitely not saying I seen the video with what seemed to be 2 moons in the sky at one time. Kind of makes you think, huh?
Definitely makes you think, yo. China already built their own artificial sun. They put it in the sky years ago. I don't know if it's still up there. I mean, I ain't never been to China to see it. So there's artificial things in the sky. Everything that we see is not real. Like I said before, I think that the James Webb Telescope is an artificial sun. How would you know? You can't even look at the sun, really. You know, you just see a ball of light going through the sky. That could be something reflecting light. You don't know.
Yes, we're planning for a mass casualty event that day, but that's not really our worry. Our worry is, how do we get our heart attacks and our stroke patients to the emergency department if the roads are completely at a gridlock and we can't get... Yes, we're planning for a mass casualty event.
Mass casualty. What?
Now, I understand. I get it. They are preparing for all the traffic in that area. That makes total sense. And I get why states issued a state of emergency, because they get funding. So I understand.
You know, when it's a lot of traffic in an area, they might send out some old police officer to the little traffic light box so he can change the lights. You know what I'm saying? Let the traffic go. Stop it. You might have somebody out there with a whistle directing traffic. But they never send the National Guard for no dang traffic.
And that as well, but these little slips from the news Like the other one yesterday about the eclipse earthquake, how we just had a 4.8 magnitude earthquake in New Jersey, and then we had a 4.8 earthquake in Brazil, and then we had a
Both 4.8. Let that resonate.
6.0, 6.5 in Japan, and then 7.4 in Taiwan, and then we just had a 5.0 or 4.4 in California. I mean, California has them all the time, so I get it. We can kind of blow that out of proportion when earthquakes happen every single day, but there's so many things happening. It's hard to even comprehend what's going to happen, you know? The biggest thing on my mind is an earthquake. I think that's a safe projection of what's going to happen, because the 1811 1812 earthquake of the New Madrid fault line had a eclipse, you know, in that same era or same time span, and then they had the earthquake, right? I mean, it's kind of been proven how eclipses do have a part to play, or they could possibly, speculation, personal opinion. You know, there's a lot of debating back and forth if an eclipse affects earthquakes, but that's where I'm kind of thinking, you know, whether they happen or not, we'll find out. But the news is just too much. There's too much, guys, and that is why we really got to focus on the Lord. We got to just keep our eyes on Him, no matter what. I mean, an earthquake, how do you prepare for that besides gluing your stuff to the wall and to your mantle and not having things to fall on you, and then having a game plan to act when it does happen, right? That's all you can do. But do not stress over things you can't control. We focus on the Lord, and wherever we are at, whatever happens, we go to Him. I mean, there's so much fear-mongering, and I get it, because we're in this state of, well, is something going to happen? So then it stops you from living right now. Like, enjoy your day. Enjoy the life the Lord has given you. Every moment is precious. We are so blessed to be able to have air in our lungs and blood in our veins, and He has given you life down here for a purpose, and it is to know Him, to be intimate with Him, and to go forth. So allow that joy and that peace that surpasses all understanding to guard your heart and your mind. And just go love on some people. Allow the Lord to guide you. Focus upon Him during this time, because it's a storm right now. We feel like we're going through a storm.
People are talking about the eclipse, but they're not talking about this. The sun and the moon are not aligned on April 8th. They are in Pisces. Right now, if you go to your Skyview app and you push forward to April 8th, plug it in, it will show you that the sun and the moon are in Pisces. They are not aligned. They are sitting beside.
I'm about to get the Skyview app, y'all. Hold on. Do I got that? They probably didn't already like patch this though. If this is a real thing, we about to find out. So I gotta calibrate it, huh? How do I do this? All right, so right now, facing south. That's very true. Where is it's west? Sun should be over here. It is right here. You got Mercury. Where's the moon? The moon should be over here somewhere. Yo. Oh, they're trying to say the moon is... yeah, over there by the sun or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that well at using this app or that good, so... She said they're in Pisces, though. Y'all let me know in the comments, man, if y'all have better results than me. It looked like in the app, like I said, they probably patched it or whatever. It shows like the moon is kind of like by the sun right now. So, we'll see.
Beside each other, but they are not aligned. How is that possible? Because the sun and the moon have been out of place.
Okay, I was right then. Yeah, they are sitting right by each other right now. They're not aligned, like she says, but they are kind of close. And so even the path of the eclipse, right? Sorry, guys, I'm kind of ranting a little bit, but it's going from west to east, right? Doesn't the sun rise from east to west, you know? So the sun's rising this way, but the eclipse is going this way. So that means, what is the moon traveling this way? You know what I'm saying? But if the moon is over here lined up with the sun, y'all let me know, man.
Back in September 2023, I've been doing these videos telling you that the sun is not where it should be. People are telling me it's the calendar. The calendar's off. Don't worry about it. It's where the sun is in the sky that's different. It's not where it should be. This eclipse is showing you that I am telling you the truth. Because if we see an eclipse on April 8th, how is that possible? If the sun and the moon are in Pisces, it can't be an Aries eclipse, right? If the sun is in Pisces, and if the sun and the moon are not aligned, they have to be aligned in order for you to see an eclipse, correct? So I don't have to be a fucking astrophysicist to understand this, and neither do you. I'm trying to get this out to as many people as I can. Please share this, because, I mean, this is just a no-brainer. These heavenly bodies are changing. They are not where they should be. And they damn sure will not show you an eclipse in the sky if they are not aligned.
I mean, she put it plain and simple. They're not aligned. There should be no eclipse. Is this a man-made eclipse?
Do you still think these giant craters are caused by asteroids? Aw, that's sweet. Well, if you don't want that fantasy ruined for you, I wouldn't keep watching. Let's start by looking how many of these craters have been found. And the Google machine says 190, but I've seen up to 195, which is awfully close to the number 200. 200 that just happens to be the exact same number of the fallen angels or watchers that were banished down to Earth for committing sins with human women. And then what if I also told you there's a pyramid in the middle of a crazy city where at the very top of it was a chamber where they had 200 perfectly aligned, beautiful seats. 200 exactly. And then I told you that the town name that pyramid's in just happens to be an anagram of the word Satan. Also has a light in it that looks very, very familiar. So familiar that I knew I had seen it somewhere before. We know what that is. That's the Olympic torch. And if you've seen my Chicago or New York videos, you know who that really is, holding that torch. The head of the fallen angels, Lucifer, the light bearer. The light bearer who not only puts his light in plain sight, but puts his home at the head of a phoenix. And we just know how Hollywood loves to tell us the truth right in their movies.
We were not stone then, but light. It was not our place to interfere. Yet we chose to try and help mankind. And when we disobeyed the Creator, He punished us. We were encrusted by your will. Rock and mud shackled our fiery glow.
Maybe, just maybe, there are some fallen angels here, and they're trying to deceive us to get revenge on God, trying to make us think there is no God, and that we just came on an accident, random Big Bang, and then we evolved from monkeys, and that we live on just one of infinite spinning balls. But I know the truth. I know these, they're not even possible the way they tell us, because I've researched. And if you still think these are caused from asteroids from outer space, then my friend, you have a lot of research to do. My hope for you is that one day you get a fire up your butt so bad that you will stop at nothing, and I mean nothing, until you find the truth about this place you live. Because it's there, and this sure as hell isn't it. But as always, I was just here for your entertainment purposes. I don't believe any of this I said. All this was just joking opinion. Yeah, of course space rocks hit this.
Yo, if what he's saying is true, just imagine that, right? Where these angels fell to earth, these giants, right? Fall to earth, then they get up, they walk around, and they're here for a little bit. Then the Creator punishes them, right? As he said in the movie, we weren't stone at first. Then I want you to go ahead and look up giants are mountains, or mountains are giants, right? There's a whole YouTube channel dedicated to that, and you'll see that these mountains look like old giants or petrified giants. Therefore, these fallen angels have been turned into stone, punished by the Creator through the flood. So it kind of makes sense.
My last video got removed, so they obviously don't want me speaking on this, so I'm gonna attempt one more time, but this time I'm gonna be very vague. I'm gonna speak in code, okay? So I need y'all to put your thinking caps on, try to decipher what it is that I am saying. If at any point you're confused, help each other in the comments. So yes, if you look at the previous video last year, I said that 2024 was going to be the death of celebrity worship. And since then, there have been a lot of things that have been coming out, a lot of truths getting exposed, just like I said, to expect. But a lot of people want to know what's next. I'm going to try to break this down in the safest way possible. There are dark entities that control this planet. I mean, that's why Earth sucks. That's why everything sucks, because it's controlled. Now, in order for people to maintain their status and their power, these dark entities need to be served. Just like you would offer offerings to any other deity that you worship. So, these dark entities need light. They feed off of light. The purer the light, the better. I just need y'all to stop and just think for a second. What is the purest form of light on this planet? So these beings of light are oftentimes sacrificed because that is how they serve these dark entities. And this is how power and status is maintained. So there will be a lot of exposure around the things that are done to these beings of light. It is not surprising at all that you're starting to see all these stocks being sold, all these companies being sold. It's because they know their time is coming. I've told y'all many times before, 2024 is the year of karma. Karma's coming for everyone. You know, and they think that they could just go off and hide in a bunker while the whole world goes to shit. But that's not how judgment works. You can't escape it. Jumping back into astrology, we also have the eclipse coming up April 8th. So I wouldn't be surprised if some stuff goes down that week because the energy is going to be very intense. Also, just use your discernment as more things start to be revealed, because a lot of these people have been involved. And you have to ask yourself, was this person a victim or just an insider? You know, based on universal law, they have to tell us what it is that they're doing. This is why you'll see a lot of things being put in Hollywood movies and in TV shows, because they have to tell us the truth. So just be mindful of who's doing the exposing, because they can also very much be a part of the script. Also, don't be surprised if there are distractions that start happening once these things come out. Okay, natural disasters, all sorts of random things, outages, power outages, internet outages. Don't be surprised when things just randomly start happening once information is on the verge of coming out. My advice to everyone is to just use your discernment, stay grounded, okay? Stay protected, stay prayed up, because things gotta get really bad before they get really good. And we are witnessing a shift in our lifetime that many people before us have never seen. This has never happened astrologically. So it's gonna feel, the energy is gonna feel a little, you know, a little heavy, but the other side of this is gonna be something very beautiful. Just let it all fall and crumble.
Well, hey, Diddy did that, man. Diddy is the one that called in this eclipse, right? He got all this attention on him, right? He said, yo, I need to get some attention off of me. It's too much coming out. The eclipse is happening now. Now everybody gonna be focused on the eclipse, man. Ain't nobody gonna think about Diddy no more. I'm just kidding.
Well, well, well. Get that ass in here. You can stand up or you can sit down for this one. So, we got a guy that just posted a video here on Auntie's Got Coffee, Tea, and Danish News. And he said the birds are acting strange. Now, in this video, he was walking down the sidewalk. He noticed a bunch of birds laying on goddamn ground. but he noticed a few that was standing up. Well, not standing up, but yes, they look like they're sitting down, but they're standing up. So he kicked his foot at it. That motherfucker did not move. He looked at him like, you there? You can walk around. He proceeds to keep walking. There's one on the ledge. He pointing at him. He looked back like, what the fuck? I'm trying to see my old lady in here. But here's where things get dramatic. Because we know about drones. We know about bird drones. Hell, they fly around us every day. But this is where things get dramatic. He starts walking further. Not only are there a lot of birds out, but they are laying on the sidewalk. Passed out. Passed out or dead. We don't know. We weren't there, were we? Yep, they look dead to me. They on their back, they on their side, they chilling. Them other two that was woke, probably there for the funeral. We don't know. But what we do know is that this man kicked his foot at this bird. Not kicked, but you know, tried to nudge him. And the bird looked at his ass like he was stupid. He was alive. They all wasn't dead. But guess what? They not acting right either. He talking about the birds acting strange. Hell, the birds ain't even acting. They not doing nothing. They just standing and laying there. What the hell is going on? My first initial thought was, well, damn, they must be shooting frequencies through the sky trying to fuck with this eclipse. Then I was like, well, damn. I wonder if they really is cleaning up the damn skies like we thought, because why else would they fall dead like that? Number one reason, pollution. Being damn poison. Like us. Come on, y'all. It's time to mass meditate. Now, we gotta quit talking about this shit and do it. I'm sick of talking. I'm ready to do some shit.
Hi, my name's Peter Kane. I'm president of the Mermaid Society and Mermaid Foundation. Now, I have looked at this footage, and so have some colleagues of mine from some major universities. Major. And there's a lot of stuff out here with mermaids that isn't real. And this footage here, right here, you're actually going to see a real mermaid in the wild. It's so clear that this is real. Now, Cornell has looked at this, major universities, major. Here we go.
Oh, there you go.
That is a real mermaid. You can tell by the shape of the tail.
We just seen a real mermaid. What?
So I'm sure y'all remember the movie Leave the World Behind on Netflix, right? Y'all remember the cargo ship with the shipping containers on it that was headed towards shore and everybody started running? Well, I'm sure by now y'all heard about the Baltimore Bridge incident. So a couple of days ago, a cargo ship carrying a bunch of shipping containers hit the Baltimore Bridge, causing the bridge to collapse. Just like in the movie, both of these boats lost power. Now, they claim that there were 8 workers working on this bridge at the same time this bridge fell. They claim they found 2 of those workers and suspended the search on the other 6 due to the amount of time they have been missing. So they're basically saying they're pretty much certain those 6 workers didn't survive. Now, my next question is, what was in those shipping containers? They're saying that 13 of those shipping containers were damaged, and some of those containers had CDC with hazardous material written on them, which are not being examined by the Coast Guard. Now, if you don't know what CDC stands for, it stands for Center Disease Control. Now, y'all remember when I said there's always signs and things are always deeper than what they may seem. So this same bridge was named after Francis Scott Key, the author of the national anthem. Now, he wrote this poem during the war in 1812, the British versus the United States War. And in 1814, after the war was over, they made his poem the national anthem. Now, guess what happened in 1811? Right before this war, September 1811, a total solar eclipse passed through the United States and Canada. December 1811, there was an earthquake. Why is that relevant? Well, because this year's eclipse is passing through that same area, the New Madrid fault line. Now, I know y'all wondering what a fault line is. So pretty much there's these plates called tectonic plates underground all over the world. A fault line is a crack in Earth's surface where the tectonic plates meet. When the plates grind together, the pressure builds up, and when the pressure is too great, the plates break loose, which causes the earthquake, which usually occurs along fault lines. Now, there's different fault lines, but the New Madrid fault line runs through the states of Tennessee, Arkansas, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Missouri, Kentucky, and Mississippi. Same states this year's total solar eclipse will pass through. Now, every time there's a total solar eclipse, it messes with the tectonic plates on the ground and the areas that it passes through. For example, July 20 of 1963, a total solar eclipse passed through Canada and Alaska. In March 1964, a major earthquake hit Anchorage, Alaska, killing 125 people. July 2010, a total solar eclipse passed through Japan, which sits on the Pacific Ocean. March 2011, there was an earthquake off the coast of Japan. September 1811, total solar eclipse. December 1811, earthquake. Now, I'm not saying there's about to be an earthquake. I'm just giving y'all some historical facts. And I'm definitely not saying the National Geographic posted an article that was last updated March 7, 2024, comparing a semi-truck hitting a bridge to a solar eclipse passing a fault line, which read, just like a semi-truck hitting the bridge, multiple cars may still pass over the bridge until it finally gives out. Just like many solar eclipses pass fault lines until it gives out. Also, I seen a comment about me being a clone. Stop wishing that on me. I'm still in Russell County Jail in Phoenix City, Alabama. Download the NCIC app and look up Colin Henry and set up a video call if you don't believe me. Also, keep the donations coming. I'm still paying my new lawyer, so even $1 helps. My Cash App and my website are still in my bio. $1 or a share helps. Appreciate you.
Man, free Colin Bellamy, yo. But that's crazy, though, about the bridges. There was another bridge that, not a bridge, but another boat that recently lost power, right? And that was in, I think, like New York or New Jersey or something like that. So this is happening in more than just one spot.
How did we not notice this in the movie Lion King?
For me, it is a deep, personal loss. So it is with a heavy heart that I assume the throne.
For me, it is a deep, personal tragedy.
It wouldn't be 2024 without a new sickness or syndrome. Great news! There's a new syndrome out there called the Demon Syndrome. And what's so weird is it's on so many different news platforms right now. Scientific term is prosopometamorphopsia. Say that 3 times fast. So there's only 75 cases, huh? Well, I think I'm gonna be number 76. Hear me out. We've all seen what happens to Beyonce when she starts shaking her head, huh? Yeah. Or the weird...
Yo. I ain't never seen that picture of Beyonce. Yo. So it's a lot of strange stuff going on right now, man.
Weird shit that happens at concerts and in Hollywood. People take photos and they're just distorted. Or are they? Maybe you're just catching what you're supposed to be seeing. Not to mention every concert you're at today is like a first-class ticket to hell. Portals on portals. Boy, they love them portals. Everything doesn't have to be a syndrome or a disorder. What if they're gaslighting the fuck out of you because you're about to start seeing weird shit? It's like the movie They Live with Rowdy Roddy Piper, you remember? You put the shades on and see people for what they were.
What's your problem?
We are already in hell, so I don't find this too far-fetched at all. It's only March. It's literally only March of 2024. How much more shit can we go through at this point?
All right, story time. All right, so I'm just going to say right off the bat, take this with a grain of salt. I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm just asking you to hear me out. So I'm going to give some background to this story. So I hit my conspiracy theorist, like, wake up, whatever you want to call it. Like, you know, I got woken up to what's happening in the world. I'm not going to go into the detail with that. That's a video for another day. But as, you know, I'm woke, I'm not very smart about how I'm showing that to the whole world, because I was posting a bunch of conspiracy theory stuff on all my social media. Like, between like May and July, I want to say August, I was going off. I was posting any interesting, cool conspiracy theory that you could talk about, right? And I was posting some pretty, like, you know, pretty crazy ones that not a lot of people know about, that I think are true. If you guys want to know, if you guys want conspiracy theory TikToks, let me know. I'll go into depth with them. But anyway, I was going off, posting like crazy on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. I wasn't using TikTok at the time. But yeah, leading up to this point, now fast forward to September 2023, and my girlfriend's dropping me off at my house. And as I'm like talking to her, saying goodbye and stuff, I hear this bird chirping above me. And it's just like, you know, it's background noise. I'm talking to her, and it's been chirping like right above my house or like my neighborhood for the past like 2-3 minutes. So after that, I say goodbye to her, I give her a kiss, and we finish off. She's driving off, and I'm walking up to my garage door, and I still hear the bird. So I give her a kiss, say goodbye, come up to my garage door, and I look up to see like if I can see this bird because the sky's a little bright. And I shit you not, I'm shocked to look up and see the silhouette of a bird with an LED like on it, like a blue LED visible. I can see the light like flying the same direction as the bird. It's like attached to the bird. And I was just like weirded out because I've never seen no fucking LED light on a bird. And then it occurred to me, y'all know how people been saying for like ages, and I thought this was stupid. Like legit, I thought this was completely false. Crazy nut job like activities, you know? People think that the government has these drones that resemble birds, that look exactly like birds, that spy on people. And I'm pretty sure I saw one that night. I'm pretty sure it was spying on me because I was going crazy. Like I was posting about the whole Maui fires thing, which is, I think it's really suspicious how people stop talking about it now, or the media at least. I was talking about just end time stuff, rapture. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ, and I believe that we are at end time soon. And I'm trying to warn people. Been trying to warn people since I found out. And what do you know? The government sends a little bird or little guy with a camera at least to come spy on me. And I don't know if y'all have dealt with similar situations, but if you have, leave it down in the comments because I want to know.
Yo, so we already seen in the video yesterday that birds are acting strange out here. Those birds just dropping from the sky left and right the other day. And people have been saying birds are drones for a long time. There's like a whole movement out here, and they be protesting and all that. So do you guys think birds are drones? I've always questioned how birds can just sit on electrical lines and sit there and not get like electrocuted or anything. They just sit there and charge up. So let me know in the comments. Do you guys think birds are real? Are there some birds that are real and some that are fake, or are they all just fake?
Remember this sign I got last summer? Watch this whole video.
This eclipse is going to be passing through 8 towns called Nineveh, which is the city recorded in the Bible where the prophet Jonah warned them about the wrath of God to come. This will also be taking place under the constellation Cetus, which means the whale. As many of you know, the prophet Jonah was swallowed by a whale before being spit onto the shore to go preach repentance to Nineveh. Jesus says in Matthew 16:4, "A wicked and adulterous generation seeks after a sign, and no sign shall be given to it except the sign of the prophet Jonah. And he left them and departed." We learn in the very beginning of the Bible that God created astronomical events in the sky to be signs to mark sacred times. Genesis 1:14 says this, "And God said, let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times and days and years." Solar
just in case you...
Yo, them rug videos get me every time. I don't know what he just said. Honestly, I was watching the rug the whole time. That's crazy. I'm about to start getting some rugs. Sorry, guys. This might be my last conspiracy TikTok video. I'm about to get a bunch of dirty rugs and just start cleaning them because that thing had me zoned out. I'm just kidding.
Forgot. East to west circumnavigation has been done millions of times, but north to south circumnavigation has been done 0 times. This flight from Taiwan to Los Angeles, an emergency happened along the way and needed to land the plane as quickly as possible. Why in the world would they land all the way up in Alaska if we live on a supposed globe? Hawaii is just right there. Oh, I get it now. The flight from Taiwan to Los Angeles, Alaska is along the way. This flight from Argentina to India, an emergency happened along the way, so they decided to stop all the way up in Amsterdam. Like, why didn't they go straight across? Oh wait, they did. The flight from Argentina to India, Amsterdam, is along the way. This flight from Auckland to Peru, an emergency happened along the way, so they stopped all the way up in Los Angeles, passing the equator. Like, why would you pass the equator when you could have just flew straight across? Ah, makes sense. The flight from Auckland to Peru, Los Angeles, is along the way. Is that why in their flight dynamic summary, assume a flat, non-rotating Earth? Guys, I could do this all day long. Flight paths, in and of themselves, prove that the Earth is flat and stationary. But send this to somebody that needs to see this. Y'all let me know what y'all think about these flight paths in the comments. But if you're not already following me, follow me so you never miss a video. And like always, God bless.
Hey, shout out to you, Drew Truth, because you really be putting on for the flat earthers with these videos. But I'm going to one-up you right here, right? So, to prove with flights that the Earth is not a round spinning ball spinning in circles 10,000 miles per hour, right? If a flight from one side of America to the next, it's about what, 3,000 miles, maybe a little more? 3,000 miles. If a plane just literally comes up off of the ground, it should be there within a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? It should be able to touch down. It doesn't even have to fly. It just lifts straight up. The other side of the country should come to it if the ball is spinning. But the ball is not spinning. That's why planes have to travel at a certain speed to get to a certain area. If the world was a spinning ball, you wouldn't have to. You would just jump up and land in another spot. It's as simple as that. I think this is an old video though, guys. Not gonna lie to you.
It's gotten pretty dark. There we go. This was supposed to come up on Tom Sawyer's Island in Frontierland, which in 1956, Walt Disney was said to have given it to the state of Missouri, and the governor of Missouri was supposed to have annexed it. Where the state of Missouri doesn't confirm that. So it's not, I'm not sure if we're coming up in California still. It's getting kind of dark, so I'm going to throw my glow stick ahead of me to make sure there's no sudden drops or anything. Okay.
Hold on. Isn't he in an underground tunnel? Why do I hear birds? It sounds like crows.
Yeah.
That a sound effect?
You made it.
Mm.
I made it. I made it, I made it, I made it. I am in Disneyland.
Like a lot of...
Yo, so Disney literally has underground tunnels. They'll let you know that, right? But I think, like he's saying, there's underground tunnels that are unaccounted for, ones that we don't know about, like secret little underground tunnels going to secret spots. Because I think they made underground tunnels for like the people, the mascots, to be able to travel from park to park, and for them to do whatever else underground that they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's an underground passageway that they didn't made, of course they doing their own little secretive stuff down there.
People are feeling like it's our job right now to wake people up and to let people know what's going on, but it's like those who are supposed to know, they know, and those who don't, they will, you know, because regardless, it's going to happen. So regardless, there's going to be a shift in reality, a shift in consciousness. This matrix is continuing to crumble and fall, and before time, it's going to reveal itself, and everything will be everything, as it always has been. You know, we were just under an illusion for so long, we didn't really realize our connection to each other and to this place that we live and that we call Mother Earth. You get what I'm saying? But it's not our job to wake everybody up. It's our job to wake ourselves up more and more and more and more and more, because we're still asleep in a lot of different ways on ourselves and on this society and this matrix that we live in. We don't even realize that we're feeding it, we're contributing to it. We still believe in certain programs. We still believe in certain things that were embedded in us that we don't really know where we learned it from, but we just know, oh, that's what they say. They say this, they say that. There's a lot of programs that we have accepted as our truths and our reality that we have to get out of our systems. There's a lot of, you know, habits that we done picked up in living and having to conform to this system and feel comfortable in this system. You know, as far as drinking, as far as smoking, as far as eating and comfort foods and all these different things that we done, you know, or sex or porn or whatever it is, so social media, whatever it is that you're addicted to, because we're all addicted to something, and we're all addicted to something that's not healthy for us, and those are the things that we need to cut back on. You know, we know what those things are. Anything that we do too much or has more power over us, like we can't go without it without getting irritated or our mood getting affected, that's a problem. It means it has more control over your energy than you have over your energy. And it should never be like that. You know what I'm saying? So we have to get to the root of the things that we are doing wrong as well. And that's what really matters right now. It's time to take accountability and focus on self, not focus on the collective, because focusing on self is actually focusing on the collective in the hindsight of things. Because if we're all focusing on ourselves and we are all the collective, we make up the collective. So instead of focusing on everybody else and feeling like it's our job, it's about taking accountability and knowing if we really are, and feeling and feeling as though we are deserving and really worthy enough to walk in a kingdom, you feel me, of a righteous spirit, of a pure heart and a pure spirit, you know. And that's a journey that has to be chosen. That's why you are the chosen ones. You have to really choose to, you know, fight to fight to defeat your shadow side. You know, you have to really dedicate your life to that, because that is an ongoing everyday thing. Every day you're going to fight temptation. Every day you're going to fight the old you. Every day you're going to fight these cycles. Every day you're going to fight these habits. Every day you're going to fight this other side that lives within you. You feel me? It's not something outside of you that's attacking you. And those negative thoughts that we have are what our demons are. And those come from trauma that we keep locked inside our body. Traumatization is, you know, what affects our imagination in a negative way. And our imagination is honestly our reality. That's why everybody has a different reality. No two people see life the exact same.
Hey, I like that right there. Your imagination is really your reality, because you make it your reality at that point.
Same way.
Yo, shout out to D. Marie TV.
Gary, that was a great take.
Hey, thanks, bud.
Here on the iCarly set.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
What'd you think, Janetter? Oh, man.
She's a perfectionist.
What?
She can't help it. She's a perfectionist.
Is she?
Yeah.
What about you?
Not me. I like to phone it in.
I roll with the punches, man.
Deal with it. You hired this.
Yeah.
Hello, Alexander Graham Bell. I'd like to phone in my performance. Daily.
I don't know.
This is what happens when it gets late.
Yeah, seriously. Let us go home, Dan.
We would be home if you had gotten some of your lines right earlier in the day, right? Am I right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who's embarrassed now? Who's embarrassed? No.
Yeah, they did look a little scared of Dan. He was like, I don't know what to say. I mean, oh boy, it kind of broke the ice for everybody. He's like the bigger cousin around everybody. You know what I'm saying? But Dan Schneider, man, look, everyone's talking about Diddy. They need to be talking about Danny.
So many people simply had powers and didn't even realize that's what they had. A lot of them went to people that were just non-believers, people that didn't believe in that type of thing. It drove them crazy because the people would keep telling them that they're crazy. To the point, they started to believe that they're really crazy. A lot of these people went to their family and kept telling their family they hearing voices, they hearing things, they seeing things, they feeling things. And the family just like, you know, you tripping, you crazy. I always knew it was something off about you. And they keep telling them that they crazy and throw it off. Then they get diagnosed with being schizophrenic. Now they in a mental institution. All because they have powers, but they didn't know that's what it was. They was tapped into some shit probably from child all the way up and didn't realize what the hell was happening. And now they go in these mental institutions and get doped up with a bunch of stuff, and now they might actually be crazy when they never was from the get-go. This is why I know that it is very important that when you are in your early stages of awakening and you hearing stuff, you seeing stuff, you feeling stuff, you observing things that you know damn well ain't nobody else seeing, or you realizing don't nobody else see, you need to connect with people that see the things you see or observe life the way you do. You need to get with your spiritual groupies. You need to find people that's like you. You got to be able to attract them type of people or get around them type of people. Because otherwise, you being around these people that are asleep or these NPC people, yes, you're going to start thinking you're crazy. You're not around the right group of people who ain't going to start thinking they're crazy.
For real, though. I truly believe that there's so many like gifted people who were thrown into mental asylums back in the day, probably still to this day, who get labeled as crazy or schizophrenic, as she says. Like, imagine, you know, you seeing spirits. You might see some blue and green spirits, right? Or some people from a different dimension, and you got the power to do so. And everybody like, you tripping. What you been smoking? You smoking something stronger than we. I don't know what that is. You need to go to the mental asylum. And that's what they do to people, man. It's messed up. But yeah, it's probably a lot of homeless people out here. You know, you see homeless people walking down the street talking to themselves. They probably not even talking to themselves. They living in a whole nother reality, a different dimension.
Kenneka Jenkins conspiracy theories. Hidden door manager comes out.
Kenneka Jenkins? What happened with Kenneka Jenkins?
Ladies and justice, equality, and love for all, regardless of race or creed.
Yo, so-called black people are everywhere. Everywhere you go across the world. If you go back far enough in time, you're going to see black people. It's just the truth. You could deny it all you want, but it's the truth. And you know what's crazy? Putin was saying all of this. I don't think it was a black person in the crowd.
Who remembers the late 80s/90s cartoon DuckTales?
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm going to play all of you a...
Hold on. I got to show you guys something, yo. This is just crazy. DuckTales. Yo, I got this picture a while ago, man. And it's just been sitting over here. I don't know where to put it up at.
Clip from an episode that released in November of 1989. And I want you all just to tell me what you hear and observe, because there's a lot of things going on here.
The doctor will see you now. Guten Morgen. I am Dr. Van Swine. And who are you?
Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck. The wealthiest guy in Duckburg? I see. Well, I'm afraid you come to the wrong place. The mental health clinic for the screwballs is down the street, you see.
I am not a screwball.
Well, you are if you come to the free clinic thinking you are the richest duck in Duckburg.
Who do you think I got to be the richest? Now, what's wrong with me?
Looks like a capital distortion causing an astigmatic lipitude in the myopic receptors.
Sounds serious?
Not really. It means I got sauerkraut on my monocle.
There! Now for a closer look. Guten Strudel!
The first case of loot lice I ever seen.
Loot lice? What's that?
Hold on. My boy got craps? Yo, these TV shows back in the day is something else. It's probably something to the letters on the wall over there as well. It probably says something over there.
A rare malady that affects bankers, cashiers, and millionaires with money bins. But this is the first case I've ever seen in a penniless psychotic.
I am not penniless. I'm Scrooge McDuck. You're psychotic.
Yeah, sure. Whoever you are, there's only one cure. Immediate Ovaltine.
Ovaltine? How will a cup of cocoa cure me?
Did I say Ovaltine? I meant quarantine. I get so confused. You know.
So the wealthiest duck in Duckburg, who just so happens to be Scottish, is going to a free clinic where the doctor at the free clinic is portrayed by a literal pig, and Scrooge is being overtaken by loot lice. Okay, did you all see what was on the wall?
See? I knew it was something to it.
Now that showed up in multiple scenes, and so here's a snapshot of each scene, and the letters seem to be a little different on every one. Did y'all even know that word in 1989? Just asking.
Yo, that stuff creepy. Anybody want a duck picture? It's going for sale.
Okay, so I've been getting a lot of questions about my thoughts on the upcoming total solar eclipse. And I thought I went over this in my X marks the spot video, but I guess I didn't do a great job going over my perspectives versus what it says in the Bible. And let me be very clear. I use the Bible as a tool, as reference. I am not religious. I don't conform to any of those ways. And I just use the Bible because it's relatable. Most people know exactly what the Bible says. They don't know how to interpret it, though. But they know what it says and they know what it is. So in order to relate to people, you have to use relatable references, which is why I use the Bible. With that being said, though, I'm not going to use the Bible right now. I'm just going to tell y'all my perspectives. And notice I said my, because these are my thoughts. But first I have a few questions. So question one is, why is it called a total solar eclipse if the moon is supposed to be eclipsing the sun? Ask yourselves that. I mean, you have to really pay attention as someone who really studies words and does the etymology and origin of words. Ask yourself why they would call it a solar eclipse if the moon is eclipsing the sun. Because when you look up solar, from the 15th century, the Latin language, solar means of or pertaining to the sun. Anything with the word solar in it is pertaining to the sun. Think about solar panels. How are they charged up? From the sun. Or the solar system, which refers to planetary bodies that circle the sun. So what will make you think it will be any different for a solar eclipse? It would make more sense to call it a lunar eclipse, which they do have lunar eclipses, but that's not what's happening on April 8th. It's supposed to be a solar eclipse. So my next question is, aren't the sun and moon both considered lights? Because according to the Bible, the sun is the light for the day and the moon is a light for the night.
Hey, look, whatever eclipsed the sun yesterday, I don't think it was the moon. Like, it's crazy that the moon can be invisible, right, throughout the day, and then it just somehow covers the sun, and then it's invisible again. So I think it was something else. I'm going to do some research on that.
So why is it that when two lights come together or come close to each other, cover one another, why would that create darkness? Last but not least, why is it that everybody who's ever looked at a solar eclipse, why don't they ever say that they see the moon approaching or the moon leaving during the eclipse? No one has ever seen that. Make this shit make sense. And if y'all don't want to make it make sense, that's fine, because I'm going to do it every time. So now let me tell y'all what I do think the solar eclipse is. The solar eclipse is exactly what it says in the name. You know how like you in school and you take a test and most of the time the answer is right there in the question? Same scenario. Solar eclipse. A sun is going to block another sun. What is the name of this sun? Nemesis, the destroyer.
Yo. And that's what NASA's mission was called, was APEP. And APEP was often labeled Nemesis, the destroyer, right? And would chase the sun.
also known as the sun of righteousness. Think about why they've been telling you the grid might go down and you might lose power and stock up on food and so on and so forth. That is not because of no moon. The sun has the power to make everything stop. When the sun say it's over, like I've been telling y'all. So the CME's coronal mass ejections is what will cause the grid to go down. What orbits Nemesis? Nibiru. And if you just take some time to do some research, you will see exactly what is expected to happen each time Nibiru or Nemesis enters our solar system. But when you look it up, it's going to tell you that our sun is not a part of a binary solar system. But it's so much proof out there that this is not true. And while Nemesis is known to be the sun's evil twin or the destroyer, it's also called the black sun, which explains the darkness. If it covers our sun and it's the black sun, then that's going to definitely make sense as to why it's going to turn into darkness for a little bit. So while the moon covering up the sun and making darkness doesn't make sense, the black sun covering the white sun definitely makes sense. Okay, and this is my last point. So not too long ago, I did a video of the etymology of the word God. And in that particular video, there was a clip that I used from a gentleman that broke it down a little bit further than I could. And in that clip, it basically explained that they changed God or Jesus' original name over 7,000 times and replaced it and put the word Lord. From our research, we found that Lord, God, and Satan are the same entities, the same word, the same vibrational energy. Now, with that being said, you can see what great lengths they will go to make sure that their agenda is still upheld. Which is why now, if you were to look in the Bible, you're not going to see anything about a black sun. You know what you will see, though? Righteousness. The sun of righteousness. You will see that noted in the Bible for sure. And when you do the breakdown and etymology of the word righteousness, one of the first words that will pop up is purification. And if you know anything about Nemesis, then you know what it's set to do. It's set to destroy, but it's also set to purify once the destruction is over. So as I've been saying, my perspectives about April 8th, it lines up with everyone else's. Definitely something is happening. Something is coming. But that something is not what they've been telling us. Always keep your first eye open. Your first eye open. And always use discernment. And always ask questions. That just shows your inner child. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because we've been letting them pull the wool over our eyes a little bit too long. And since it's now officially year 2024, yeah, it's time to expose everything. But let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
So solar eclipse was another sign.
I would still be rich because I found glitches. I don't know what it is about me. I just find glitches in the system.
And when you say glitches, you mean like places where you can kind of, watch out, get in and...
So with everything in life, there's a glitch. There's a hack. It's called a hack. There's
like
hacks.
like house hacking, how you can like buy a house, live in it, flip it, whatever, or not flip it.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's biohacks to your body. It's hacks in the real estate market. It's hacks in the credit system.
Yeah.
It's hacks everywhere around this world. You got to find it. That's what rich people do. They find hacks and glitches in the system.
Yeah.
And they manipulate them and take advantage of them. Some are legal, some are illegal.
Get y'all ass in here and sit down. Well, I don't know who need to hear this, but whoever told you that when you're on your ascension path and you're cleaning out your junk and you become happier than you've ever been, I don't know who told you everybody was going to be nice. Everybody was going to like you. Oh, you'll know when you're in the fifth dimension because everything's love, everything's nice. No, ma'am. When you on your ascension process or whatever, and your light starts shining, you better bet your ass that there's people that's not going to like you. They're going to shit on your name. They gonna talk bad about you. They gonna put out rumors about you. They gonna call you a fraud. Yeah. I'm seeing so much catfighting in the spiritual community. Y'all motherfuckers y'all not doing what y'all supposed to do. You supposed to be worrying about self, spreading knowledge, sharing what you learned on the way, and showing people unconditional love and forgiveness. You do your part. Don't worry about what everybody else doing and how everybody else feel and who like you and who don't like you. Cause you should know. Our own families and friends and best friends and shit don't even talk to. Half of them don't even talk to us no more. They showed you first. Okay? It's not all roses over here. It's not all roses. There's weeds in this garden. Okay? But just keep at it. Keep working at it. Keep worrying about yourself. Working on yourself. And baby, listen, you won't even see them. You won't even see them. Now, I fall sometimes. Yeah, I get the cussing. You know what I'm saying? Then the Christians on my post telling me not to cuss because I'm not getting into heaven. Listen, you don't know people. Stop judging people, because we all got a little tendency to do that sometimes when we see something, a 30-second clip, and we know this person's life. No, it don't go like that. Okay? So I don't know who needed to hear that. I just had to come say that. Work on yourself. Stop worrying about what other people think, how they feel about you, because they gonna shit on you anyway. Your light can be shining 50 watt, whatever, 70 watt, and they're still going to try to dim your light. They're going to try to tear you down just so they can say, oh, I knew that bitch was faking. I knew it wasn't real. Don't fall for it. Work on your damn self. And get your ass up out of here. I felt like yelling at y'all today. Bye.
Okay, thanks, Auntie. Work on self. Hmm. Hmm. Yo, these robots is crazy.
Creep on in, on in, on in. Creep on in.
Mm. Mm. Yo, did y'all catch that? So what y'all think about this, guys? Who's the real Americans?
So as we're getting closer and closer to this eclipse, as they're calling it, it's really the return of the black sun, the rising of the black sun. And we are at a certain frequency collectively as a consciousness to where we are able to manifest this new matrix for us. Back then we were not woke enough. That's why all the other eclipses did not affect us the way that this one is going to affect us. And they knew that in this time period we would have evolved enough collectively, and we would have enough returned ancestors here with this knowledge, these 9 ether beings, and above here with this soul mission and purpose to help raise the vibrations in the collective consciousness. So they already knew that this time would be the time in the age of Aquarius where this particular natural universal event would affect us in the way that it would be in our benefit and not in their own, as it's been in their own. And they were able to manipulate energies. They were able to manipulate the consciousness, the collective, for so long, with all their experiments, with all their lab things, with all the food, all the distractions, all the media, all the fear, all the tactics that they did. They were successful to a certain extent, but they knew that we would be too powerful at this point. Ashe, confirmation, to be able to do anything with us for real. So they're scrambling right now. They are scrambling. But besides the point of all that, I'm saying that to say that while all this is happening and we're getting closer, we're now 7 days away from this big event. And, you know, DNA is about to get activated, especially for those of you who know. You already know your mission. You know your heart. You know that this is what you were here for. You feel me? You already know, you know, what's about to happen. So it's best to get your vessel as prepared as possible, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Get yourself right. Get in control of yourself. Get in control of your body. Get in control of your mind. Get in control of your thoughts. Get in control of your energy. And very well ground that. Very well, like, get in alignment with yourself, knowing who you are. Identify with yourself, not your ego self, but your soul, your spirit, what you're here for, right? Your purpose, your mission. And you know if I'm talking to you or not. But for those who aren't, for those who are still in this matrix, for those who are still religious, for those who are still Christians, for those who are still Catholics, for those who are still believing in Jesus, believing in God being a man in the way that they did, believing in the Bible like word for word, like believing in the rapture, believing in, you know, the way that they have told us that it's going to happen in these times, that have accepted that as their truth and not seeing deeper into it on a more conscious level. They're getting messages right now from the source. The source is sending a lot of people messages in a way that they'd be able to receive the message that they're saying. So I've been seeing a lot of people, just particularly today, I've seen 2 females that's rising, 2 different videos as I'm scrolling, 2 different reels where women are talking about they're having dreams of the rapture that happened in them. And this is why it matters so much. People are like, you know, and even myself, I was like, you know, whatever you believe in, you believe in. I personally do not judge people for what they believe in. I personally, as me, myself, Damara, I do not judge anybody for what they believe in. I understand that people have a limited consciousness. I understand that people can only believe so much as to what they believe, right? And that depends on your consciousness. That depends on who you are in the spirit. If you even know who you are, that depends on a lot of different factors, right? So me personally, I don't judge anybody. If you want to believe in Jesus, if you want to believe in whatever you believe in, go for it. You feel me? I don't judge you. I don't look at you as any less of a person. I don't look at you as less of a person than me. Cool. But in the eye of the Creator, yes, we are all equal. Yes, we are all one. But for this specific time that we are in, it does matter what you believe in. I'm sorry to say it. But a lot of y'all are not going to get saved because you don't really realize what needs to happen in order for you to be saved. And this is why they worded the Bible the way that they did it, so that when this time did come around, there would be a lot of lost souls. There'd be a lot of people who that are just not in alignment with the planet and with the universe and what's really going to happen and what's really happening with this eclipse. People are saying, oh, these are the signs, God is leaving signs and all of this stuff, but y'all don't even understand what's really about to happen.
Okay, so it's Sunday, and this is the last warning I'm going to give you guys about what's going to happen on April 8th, 2024. I have to warn you about this because this starts right now. what I'm getting ready to tell you, everyone in America, you need to listen to this video because this starts today, Sunday. Tomorrow's the eclipse. Today's Sunday. It's the wee hours of the morning. I'm going to tell you something. It's going to sound strange. And if you do not understand this, you cannot say I didn't tell you, I didn't warn you. Starting right now, you are going to see individuals out in the world right now staring at the sky just like this. Frozen, okay? These individuals' eyes will be pitch black. The entire eyeball will be black. They will be frozen in a moment. Not for the entire time, but for a long while, okay? Hear me out. Do not touch them. Do not say nothing to them. Do you understand me? When you see, it's already happening in Texas. It's happening in other states right now that are along that corridor. Do not touch these individuals. Do not look at them. Do not say nothing to them. You heard it here first. I'm going to leave it at that. They're going to be stuck with their head looking to the sky, eyes pitch black, frozen. Okay? Peace and love and deuces. And one more thing. If you think I'm playing, watch the video in the description of this video. Y'all think stuff is a joke. You heard it here first. This is your warning. I'm out. And watch that video ASAP. Deuces.
Did any of that happen? Today is the 10th, 2 days after the eclipse. Any of that happen, guys? You know? Did you see anybody with pitch black eyes staring up into the sky? I didn't. I mean, I was only around myself and my family, so I wasn't around nobody else during the eclipse.
Hey there, folks. Today, we're diving into an intriguing topic that's been a part of our mythology, folklore, and cultural narratives for centuries. Giants. Throughout history and across cultures, giants have captured our imagination. They're often portrayed as massive, powerful beings, sometimes associated with mythical creatures and deities. In many stories, giants are seen as adversaries to the heroes, posing a formidable challenge that the hero must overcome. In some cultures, giants represent the wild forces of nature, unpredictable, untamed, and potentially dangerous. They could be symbols of natural disasters or aspects of nature that humans feared. On the other hand, they could also embody the very essence of nature itself, a force that is both immense and revered. Giants have also served as metaphors in literature and art. They've been used to symbolize pride or arrogance in a particular individual or group. Characters who are described as giants may be seen as overly self-assured, overly ambitious, or even arrogant. The idea of giants is fascinating. It speaks to our love for mythology and our curiosity about what lies beyond our understanding. It highlights our respect for nature and our need to understand what makes us unique as humans in this vast universe. Thanks for joining me in this exploration of the mystical world of giants and trolls. They hide our history to hide our creator. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, and follow me. Until next time, keep exploring. Question everything and be blessed. Give all praise and glory to Yahweh. They call these natural formations of nature, but once you open your eyes, it's hard to unsee or believe nature can create such wonderful formations. And remember, majority of all theories got some truth to it. Why else would it be talked about for thousands of years? And the fact that we are manipulated by reptilian beings make it even worse. Why only our generation doubt what our eyes can see, but can believe in people who do not care if we live or die? They do not care that they fill our heads with so much false misinformation. The more people who are blind, the better. But soon, if we all wake up, they will start to panic.
We all ate these pizza rolls growing up. What are they called? Tostino's pizza rolls? Wrong. It's Totino's pizza rolls.
Easter is... Wait a minute. It was always Tostinos, not Totinos. Who is Totino? Never even heard of that guy.
Canceled, according to the White House. On March 31st, aka Easter, it is now Transgender Day of Visibility. I'm not even a religious person, but like, why do we keep replacing all these holidays? How in the world can you replace Easter with trans visibility? What in the world is going on with this White House? Can they literally do anything right? I'm not even attacking trans people. I'm just like, why would you replace Easter with this?
Right. Mm. It is pretty close, man. Should probably try to travel and find a pot of gold. Might find a leprechaun or something. Man.
So all over the world, people are being caught glitching out, you guys. Like, it's crazy. What is going on? Look, this dude out of nowhere just hits these guys that were parked here, and he starts glitching out, y'all. Check it out. Look at him. Just watch.
Yo.
Y'all see that? Oh my goodness.
Reynolds' head and the camera and just started walking down the clunkety clunk wooden sidewalk.
Oh, State Farm.
You look at that. This is literally how it started, y'all. Just like that. And this is how it ended, y'all. Yeah, you know. These are professionals doing their job. It's literally giving me Bird Box vibes, you know.
Yo,
people glitching
real.
out, the NPCs glitching out, and all these accidents and the Karens coming alive. All this stuff is going on, and including the uncertainties around the solar eclipse and the military being called for that event. So yeah, y'all, let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting time. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift. Peace in.
Man, be on the lookout for some NPCs doing crazy stuff.
If you know, you know. Wait, celebrity skin suits.
Fred Savage?
I'm also Tony Danza, Cameron Manheim, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Kevin Nealon, John Forsythe, and Metallica drummer Lars Ulrich.
Call it bizarre, kinda disturbing, and a little freakish. Emma peels away a latex mask and bust to reveal Sophia. Just can't help but wonder what's going on.
Alright, now that had to be CGI. Where's the hair?
No, wait a minute. There is definitely something different about the two of you. Collagen, 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 collagen.
See that? This one, you can see this one clear as day. Clear as day. Okay?
Wait, isn't that the same Tyler Perry who literally wears skin suits and acts as other characters?
If you listen to the voice on Tyler Perry speak when he speaks, you will clearly hear Will Smith.
She was so happy to have that. It's very sentimental for me, and we do a lot of shooting down here for a lot of the shows.
I've been totally computer generated since like the 90s.
We do a lot of shooting down here for a lot of the shows.
It's 2019, y'all. Nothing's real.
That's a costume. That's a costume. That's a costume.
I don't know how we expect to go to the movies.
Collagen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is Michael Jackson. Like, how the hell are we going to actually go to the movies? He has his disguise on.
So at this point now, I'm tripped out because I'm like, I
That's
just
Michael.
saw Mike just change and turn into a whole nother person. Like, he was a king of disguises. Like, this nigga could have been standing next to you the whole time. You would not even know it was Mike.
That disguise to him was the burn victim. And Dave, yes, that's his name.
To his Encino house. I think I was at the Encino house. Hello all, this is Dave. How are you? I want to thank each and every one of you for your overwhelming support. May God bless you. I love you. Good night. Thank you very much for all of your support, and may God bless you all. I love you. Goodbye.
That's a costume.
Well, that's a lot to unpack. I'm not saying I believe all this, it's just a theory, right?
I think skin suits are real. And I think people wear them too.
Wait, so y'all really mean to tell me you guys don't know what this is? How does nobody know what CERN is, bro? If you don't know what this is, you need to watch this video right now. So CERN is this large facility located in Switzerland. They have what's called a Large Hadron Collider. This is what it looks like. This is the size of it, guys. Look at that. You may be asking, like, what even is that? I'm not even gonna get too scientific with this. The Large Hadron Collider is basically this thing, this circle, right? It has particles going around the circle at like 11,000 times per second. Guys, their goal is to find out how this universe was created by finding dark matter. So yes, you have scientists on Earth, somewhere located in Switzerland, running particles at 11,000 times per second, trying to create dark matter. I think you guys realize what this means. You guys do realize that if they mess up once, that they can literally create a black hole on Earth? But that's besides the point, bruh. What is their true motive? All I gotta say is this. Their logo has 3 6s in it. Just a few years ago, they had to shut down the operation because they said while the operation was going on, an apparition was developing out of the Hadron Collider, and all of the scientists were experiencing hallucinations. So if you guys can't really write up what I'm trying to tell you here, just go ahead and do your own research. The current portals of hell. Portals of hell. If you guys didn't understand what I just said, please try to understand or comment down below. But I can't say it on TikTok. But yeah, that's what they're trying to do with this thing. So yeah, this was their opening ceremony. What reason do they have to have this at their opening ceremony?
Right.
Like, bro,
They be having some
you guys
weird
may
stuff.
know the Baphomet looks just like that. And well, why do they have like a circulating, like, okay, this is just weird as fuck. If you guys want to watch the full video, go to YouTube to watch the full video, because I can't put it on here because TikTok is going to give me a community guidelines thing. But bro, go look up CERN opening ceremony and you tell me if that's demonic or not. So yeah, this company is running this whole organization, this demonic company, and they're trying to open up something, okay? And yeah, there's nothing we can do about it really but to pray to God and just be protected by the Lord, okay? There's nothing we can do about it. There's literally nothing we can do. What are we gonna do? Alright, y'all.
Yeah, what can we do? You know, what, we're gonna storm CERN?
Okay, folks, I've been to CERN. CERN is very, very weird. I was actually there a couple of years ago when Russ Dizdar was still alive, well before COVID. So we're there at CERN, and we're being taken by a docent who's like basically just parroting what he's been told to say. So we're in this place where the statue of Shiva, Shiva is the Indian god of death, basically the destroyer. And I look at the docent and I go, what's this doing here? He has no answer for it at all. Basically, here's the bottom line, and this is something that we need to really delve into here. CERN is built on the site of the ancient temple of Apollyon. Tom Horn, who passed away last year, very untimely, wrote about this. So CERN is at this ancient temple. They're going to open up and start using CERN and testing it the day of the eclipse. I mean, what are we looking at here? Is that deliberate? In my opinion, it's absolutely deliberate. Something is going on. Here's what I think is going on. They, the powers that be, are opening up CERN in coordination with the eclipse to open up a gateway, a portal. And that's what I think these sites really are all about. Now, when you go to the Serpent Mound in Ohio, it doesn't look anything like CERN, but it's ancient. And it's just in Ohio. And it's the longest serpent effigy on the planet. Now, some people will dispute that, that's fine. But it's the one that I go to. And that serpent mound is, the serpent is undulating. And the serpent's mouth is open like this. Guess what? The whole thing is built on the solstices, the equinoxes. They're big into this. And these sites are charged. The site at CERN is charged. The Serpent Mount in Ohio is a charged site. If you want to know more, check out our On the Trail of a Nephilim series, number 2, number 3, Secrets of the Supernatural. Thanks so much for watching. I am L.A. Marzulli.
Okay, I'm gonna have to tune in to Secrets of the Supernatural.
Now this is insane. What if I told you that CERN know you are watching this video? Let me explain.
All right, I already know this is cap. Joe Rogan would not say, I already know that CERN know that you are watching. He would have said knows. Joe ain't that slow.
CERN, originally known for their groundbreaking scientific research, have now stepped into the realm of global surveillance. It's not just about particle physics anymore. We all know CERN have the world's largest and most powerful particle collider. But this theory states they're using this technology for something way more big brother, right under our noses. We're talking about data harvesting on an epic scale. They're supposedly tapping into our digital footprint, analyzing patterns to predict and monitor human behavior on a global scale. Think about the magnitude of that. It's next-level surveillance, all hidden behind the curtain of scientific advancement. But wait, it gets wilder. They are also investing billions into quantum computing, and it's not just for scientific research. They have the tech to break any encryption. Imagine that. Every secret, every private message out in the open. We're talking about a total game changer in how information and privacy are handled. If this is all true, it's like we're all part of this massive unseen web CERN's spun around the planet, and we don't even know we're caught in it.
Yo, CERN is crazy. You know what I think they're doing? I don't know if it's got anything to do with CERN, but it has a lot to do with data. And I think what they're trying to do is create another Westworld, right? Where there is this digital world and our consciousness can live in that world. And they already know so much about you. You know, they have literally all of your data on everybody out here. So they can recreate a whole digital world based off the data, and they can kind of predict the future by doing so as well, because they know everyone's patterns. They know how everyone acts and how everyone moves. It's just crazy to even think about. But yeah, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bell on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.